Hello everyone, welcome to Lukmaan IAS. This is DTRS session, Daily Takkar Rapid Series, where we are discussing 10 quality MCQs based on today's current affairs. And we are today going to discuss 20 MCQs for yesterday as well as today. The class 58 and the lead topic for today is what is the procedure to change the name of the state. Now, all of you must have heard about the Kerala Assembly recently had passed the resolution to change its name from Kerala to Keralam. In Malayalam language, it is called as Keralam, and that's why they want to change the name in the constitution from Kerala to Keralam. That's why we are going to understand what is the procedure behind changing the name, what are all constitutional provisions are there, and remaining 9 topics, and we can say today's 10 topics, we'll cover them. But before discussing today's 20 MCQs, what we are going to do, we are going to discuss today's quotation. Daily we are discussing one quotation before discussing MCQs, and it is going to help you in your mains examination preparation, especially for essay and ethics paper. So today's quotation is, I can't change the direction of the wind, but I can adjust my sails to always reach my destination. A very relevant quotation, especially for those students who had given UPSC Prelims examination 2023. Recent experience, and you must have seen this kind of feeling, or you must have felt like this. I can't change the direction of wind. The wind was completely opposite. That means UPSC had thrown in front of you very new challenge, the challenge of asking a different kind of option framing, only 1, only 2, only 3. तो आप क्या कर सकते थे ऐसे सिचुएशन में? आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते थे. You had to deal with the situation. So what you could adjust yourself to reach your destination. That means you have to mold, you have to change the appropriate approach that you had to deal with those questions in those 2 hours. ठीक है, वो स्ट्रेटेजी आपको आपकी चेंज करनी चाहिए थी, वहां पर आपका अप्रोच चेंज करना चाहिए था. This is applied in day-to-day life also for, we can say, civil servants, and in day-to-day administration there are many challenges that civil servants face, but they have to understand what they have to do, their duty in their situation, their responsibility, and accordingly they have to mold or mobilize the resources of the administration. So yes, one can go on elaborating this, but yes, it is relevant to everyone's life, this quotation. Okay, let's talk about today's 20 MCQs. First of all, let me tell you the topics. Just a moment. All right, so these are today's 20 topics on the basis of which we are going to solve or practice 20 MCQs. Let's go in detail of the first one. Recently, Kerala Assembly had passed one resolution urging the central government to change its name from Kerala to Keralam. So, regarding the procedure to change the name, we have asked this question. Constitutionally, both prelims and state legislature can initiate the procedure to change the name of the state. Yes, that is true. Constitutionally speaking, when we talk about changing the name, which articles of the Constitution comes into the picture? Article 3 and 4 of the Indian Constitution. Now, to change the name of the state, to change the area or reorganize the states, and we can say that all these changes are done under the constitutional amendment, but that amendment will not be considered amendment under Article 368. Why? Only those amendments requiring special majority, and special majority with ratification of more than half of the state, those amendments are considered amendment under Article 368. But this amendment for changing the name of the states or redrawing the boundaries, so that does not require special majority, rather that requires only simple majority, and that's why it does not come under this article. So ये जो है incorrect है. First one is correct statement. Simply talking about the procedure is like the state assembly can itself have a resolution passed, and that resolution can be sent to the central government. Central government come up with a bill to change the name of the state. Like recently, recent times, if you see, name of Orissa changed to Odisha. इस तरीके से, या Calcutta to Kolkata, all these are done. Article 3 and Article 4 of the Indian Constitution, remember this. Fine. So once the resolution is passed by the state assembly, then we can say the bill is introduced. Bill can be introduced on the recommendation of the president. The recommendation of president is required here first to introduce the bill. Bill can be introduced in any house of the parliament, and simple majority. Only simple majority is required. So what should be the answer here? 1 only should be the answer. Fine. Okay. Let's talk about the next. Okay. So second MCQ for today. So it is related to inclusive conservation initiative. Inclusive conservation initiative is related to what? This particular initiative is launched to protect not the biodiversity of Amazon forest. It was recently in news protecting the Amazon rainforest, but it is not for that purpose. Rather, it is protecting the knowledge of indigenous people regarding biodiversity. Remember this. So it is not related to Amazon rainforest specifically. Yes, it has been launched in 2022 and being implemented as a joint effort between Global Environment Facility, IUCN, and Conservation International. So we can say this is correct statement. So second statement is correct in this regard, and that's why 2 only is the correct answer. 2 only is the correct answer. Fine. So let's talk about the next question. Okay, so those who are online, of course, we hope that you are solving these MCQs simultaneously. And yes, from today onward, we are going to have this session at 5 o'clock, because at 6 o'clock we have another current affairs session for ED. Okay, so that's why we'll try to ensure that these 10 MCQs are covered at 5 o'clock itself. Okay, so this question is related to Turtle Survival Alliance. Now it was formed by, or we can say that sites in partnership for sustainable captive management of turtles. Now you should know that this is not the entity, rather IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature. So this particular initiative has been launched in 2001 by IUCN for sustainable captive management of freshwater turtles, tortoises we can say. Its headquarters is not located in Geneva. It's not located in Geneva. Rather, it is located in Carolina, USA. It is located in Carolina, USA. So second also incorrect, first one also incorrect. It is the global partnership committed to achieving zero turtle extinction in the 21st century. Now this is correct statement, and that's why only 1 is the correct answer here. Only 1 is the correct answer. Okay, so let's talk about the next question. Now this is carbon light metro travel. Recently DMRC, that is Metro Rail Corporation, had launched this carbon light metro travel initiative. So this is basically the awareness generation, and regarding we can say that how traveling by metro is going to have a good impact on environment, health of the environment, how people by traveling through metro are going to contribute towards environment protection and conservation. So it educates passengers about environmental impact of their choices, travel choices. This is correct. It encourages passengers to choose metro trains over road-based motor vehicles, which are, we can say, more polluting as compared to metro travel. It helps to reduce carbon emissions and combat climate change. That is also one of the purpose, and that's why C is the correct answer for this question. Okay, let's talk about next question. Fifth question, it is related to a red-headed vulture. Okay, so red-headed vulture, recently there was one bird census in Uttarakhand and different vulture species were also found there, and that's why it is in news. Okay, so red-headed vulture is found in temperate coniferous forest and river valleys. Now this is not the habitat of red-headed vultures. The habitat is rather open spaces, cultivated lands, and we can say semi-arid regions, and not this coniferous में नहीं है. So it is incorrect. It is illegally killed for its feathers, bones used for traditional medicine. This is correct. It is listed as critically endangered. This is also true. So we can say that only two statements are correct regarding red-headed vulture. And yes, other conservation status, Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Okay, fine. So let's talk about next question. Okay, again talking about different vulture species with the same context, this question, but the nature of question framing is different, and here only focus is on conservation status of different species. And talking about the conservation status, IUCN conservation status, which of these vulture species are having critically endangered? So just now we talked about red-headed vulture, this is there. White-rumped vulture, this is also critically endangered. But remaining two, this Himalayan griffon is, we can say, near threatened. It is near threatened, while Egyptian vulture, it is, we can say that, endangered. It is endangered. So different vulture species that are found in India, it is very important because the population of this particular species has reduced, especially because of the diclofenac drug that is used to administer cattle as a painkiller. And what happens here, due to biomagnification, when these cattle are dying, they are consumed, we can say that, by the vultures, because vultures are basically considered as scavengers of the earth, on the earth's surface. So they are scavenging on dead animals, right? So all these vultures, when they eat these cattle, have been, we can, given the diclofenac, what happens there? A concentrated form of diclofenac enters into their body, and that results into kidney failures. Already asked question on diclofenac. This is given in NCERT also. Fine. So that's why we can expect such question. What is the correct answer here? B is the correct answer. Okay. Moving on to the next. Okay. So let's talk about the next question. Right. With reference to Corbett Tiger Reserve, consider the following statements. Right. So Corbett Tiger Reserve से related ये question है, and yes, one can easily identify that Chamoli district is not where this particular tiger reserve is located. Chamoli district is in upper reaches. ठीक है, क्यों न्यूज में रहता है Chamoli disaster? Flash floods that had happened because of avalanche that resulted into that NTPC power plant, hydropower plant was there. So hydropower plant, there many people died. That's why it was in news, Chamoli. Okay, so there this particular national park, Corbett National Park, is not in Chamoli district. So it is incorrect statement. Kali River flows through the reserve, creating lifeline. Again, it is incorrect. Not Kali River. One can think like that कि जो नेपाल और इंडिया के बॉर्डर से जाती है काली या महाकाली रिवर. This is not. Rather, Ram Ganga River. Ram Ganga River that flows through this. Incorrect. Okay, it is oldest national park in India. Yes, that is true. This has been set up the first national park, we can say, as well as tiger reserve. Talking about the protection of tigers, it is very important. This Corbett National Park. Before independence itself, this has been declared as national park. Okay, so this is correct statement. Only one is the correct answer here. Fine. Okay, so right, let's talk about the next question. Okay, this is 8th question now with reference to Palla's fish eagle. So many questions we are covering from the species angle. Why? Because minimum 4 to 5 questions this year they asked in the prelims examination regarding this. Yes, online students, good evening everyone. Those who are watching this, do like the video and you send this link to your friends also if you are finding this helpful. Okay? Yes. Now, with reference to Palla's fish eagle, consider the following statements. It is an endangered species of bird categorized by IUCN. Now, that is true. Endangered is the IUCN status of this particular species. Eagle species feed mainly on fish. That's why the name Palla's fish eagle, we can say. This is correct. Female Palla's fish eagle is slightly larger than male. Again, the specific characteristics. All three are correct here. All three statements are correct here. Okay, so we can say that C is the correct answer for this one. Okay. Okay. Now let's talk about next question. 9th one. See, this kind of questions were asked this year also. Last 2-3 years UPSC is asking. You can see that 2023 question like Donbass. These regions were in news due to different reasons. Okay, so here also those regions, locations which are in news again, and the countries. Okay, Lahaina, why it was in news? Forest fires. Which region? Hawaii. This is located in Hawaii. Hawaii is part of USA. Ukraine likha hua hai. This is incorrectly matched. Now Murmansk, yes, this is located in Russia. This is correctly matched. Murmansk is, we can say, part of Arctic Sea. This is along the coast of Arctic Sea, we can say northern Russia, and important, we can say, sea lane for Russia. And yes, recently it was found that about 25% of exports from this particular port region were destined for India. So that's why it was in news. So second is correct, first one is incorrect. Now, Eilat is a port city located in Israel, not Syria. Okay, it is located in Israel, we can say. And that is having opening to which sea? Red Sea. Okay, on the southern side of Israel, we can say. So, only one pair is correctly matched here again. So, A is the correct answer. Fine. Okay, let's talk about next question. Yes. So it is talking about multi-dimensional poverty index. Those who are watching this video, you can also join at 6 o'clock the ED lecture live manner, where again in detailed discussion about multi-dimensional poverty index, today's topic. So you can watch that from the mains perspective. You can understand about MPI, that is multi-dimensional poverty index. Now, education is not the dimension of MPI. Incorrect. Rather, education is one of the dimension, right? So education is there. Then we can say that health aspect, health indicators is there, and third aspect is related to income. Okay, so three are the prominent aspects. Even for HDI, MPI के लिए भी similar lines पे है. It is being published biannually. Again, incorrect. Annually by this body, Oxford Poverty and Human Development Initiative and UNDP. So it is incorrect. Annually होना चाहिए था. MPI is being measured by 10 indicators. This is correct, we can say, and that's why only one statement. In India, recently, National MPI, National Multidimensional Poverty Index, was released for the second time, and this is, we can say, being released by Niti Aayog. It is being released by Niti Aayog. Remember this. Okay, fine. So let's talk about the next. So 11th question for today. Now we are shifting to next day's current affairs question, that is today's current affairs based questions. We recently celebrated festival of Nowruz. So regarding that, from art and culture, we are asking this question. Nowruz, right? It is celebration to mark the arrival of spring and onset of harvesting season. Do we have such kind of season at present? Use logic. It is not correct. Rather, it is the celebration of Zoroastrian people, Zoroastrians community, we can say, which have origin from the present day Persia or Iran, and this particular religion worship fire god in fire temples, which are also called as Agyaris. Okay, fire temples, fire god. Remember, fire is an important element from the Zoroastrian people. जो हम इंडिया में देखते हैं, majority of Zoroastrians they are living at present in Mumbai. जो पारसी people जो बोलते हैं हम, ठीक है, Zoroastrians होते हैं. Fine. So the first one is incorrect statement. Now talking about, in this festival there is visit to fire temple to offer milk, flowers, fruits, sandalwood. So this is correct statement, we can say. So only 2 is the correct answer here for this question, right? Okay, now next question. Now it is talking about, in the context of intervention being undertaken, Poshan bhi padhai bhi. Okay, this is an important initiative. Now look at the first statement. It aims at promoting early stimulus during the first 1000 days and facilitating early childhood care and education for children from 6 to 8 years. Now ECCE is an important part highlighted by NEP 2020. Why? Because in this particular time period, 3 to 6 years, or of the first 1000 days, the child is basically having 90% of the brain development. Okay, 90% of the brain development happens first 6 years, we can say, of the child. Along with that, the foundational numeracy skills can be better developed in that time period, and that's why this is being emphasized. This is the initiative for this purpose. Poshan bhi padhai bhi. So Poshan will ensure nutritional security and education, the basic aspect of, we can say, education, preschool education we call it. It aims to prioritize education in the mother tongue, aligning with the principles of new. This is also true, we can say, education is provided in mother tongue. Under this program, Anganwadi Center is provided training under National Institute of Public Cooperation and Child Development. This is also correct. So C is the correct answer for this. This particular initiative has been launched in 2023, this year itself, and the purpose here, or the focus. Now which ministry has launched this? You may get confused that Ministry of Education must have launched this, as it is talking about education, but not correct. Ministry of Women and Child Development. Women and Child Development has launched this particular initiative. Anganwadi workers, Anganwadi centers are the, we can say, prominent centers which will implement this. All right, let's talk about the next question. Okay, so it is talking about a particular space mission and describing its details. You can see or find out the key information from this, right? Online students, it is lunar mission of Russia. Okay, recently Russia had launched Luna 25. Okay, Luna mission is, we can say that, by Russia. So one can use that logic. पहले भी बहुत सारे लूना मिशन उन्होंने मून के लिए भेजे हुए हैं, and recently they have also launched this Luna 25, and this is basically going to have landing on moon's south pole due to its potential for revealing critical insights into moon's geological composition. So we can correctly mark this. Recently you must have gone through this in your prelims, or we can say that current affairs, daily current affairs that you are doing. Fine. Okay, so B is the correct answer. Let's talk about next question. Danube River. Yes, it was in news. Why? Because Ukraine is using Danube River for trade with the other Eastern European countries. Why? Because now the Black Sea grain deal has been, we can say that, broken by the Russia now, or discontinued by the Russia, we can say. So that's why it is in news. Now, Danube River is second longest river after Volga. Very important river. Why? Because of its navigable stretch. It is given in NCERT 12th Standard World Human Geography. Navigation is very important aspect. Danube River. It passes through 10 countries. Remember this. Especially Eastern European countries. It originates in, we can say that, Germany. Evidence Act. These three are being replaced with some Hindi names given to them. Now, talking about Nyaya Samhita, it is basically replacing Indian Penal Code of 1860. So, we can say that A is the correct answer here. ठीक है? Okay, let's talk about 19th question. Cry to AI cotton. Okay, so as the name suggests, cotton. कहीं ना कहीं cotton का कोई variety होगा. It is genetically modified cotton variety that is resistant to pink bollworm. Pink bollworm is pest and we can say very harmful for cotton crop. It was developed by Indian Council of Agriculture Research. Now this is not correct. Okay, it has not been developed by Indian Council of ICAR. Rather, it has been developed by one private company which is based in Hyderabad. ठीक है, private company है. Then it is used to increase cotton yields and reduce the use of pesticides. That is also true, we can say. So only 2 is the correct answer. Cry to AI cotton. Remember this. Okay, fine. Last question for today, 20th question. It is talking about first mile connectivity. Okay. Right. So first mile connectivity, it is the plan related to metro connectivity between metro cities. It is talking, then thereafter it is also talking about, just a moment. Yes, so it is also talking about electric bus connectivity. Then it is also talking about logistic plan. Rather, we can say that it is not related to any of this. Rather, it is related to use of coal. So, how this coal can be easily brought to railway lines, and from that we can say that it is easily transported efficiently. Transport of coal, and we want to improve the efficiency there. That's why the first mile connectivity term is used here. All 3 statements are incorrect. So none. D is the correct answer here for this one. All right. So these are today's MCQs. And yes, any question related to them, online students? Okay. So talking about the ED program that recently started at Lukmaan IAS, and we have redesigned completely this particular editorial discussion program. This program is now going to have daily one current affairs topic that is in detail, in depth, discussed by the expert faculty at 6 o'clock. It is available both offline and online manner, and along with that a detailed booklet will be provided, a study material will be provided for that particular topic, which is going to help you for prelims as well as mains examination. So if you want to know more about that, the ED lectures that are available at present, the Lukmaan IAS YouTube channel, you can watch them and you can see the quality of the topics being discussed by the expert faculty. If you find them helpful, do join this program. It is going to help you, especially for mains examination. Fine? Okay, let us stop. Thank you.